Hey everybody, welcome to, welcome to the Writer's Block with Sarah and friends. I'm Sarah. These are our friends. You said you
Everybody,
would do that too,
I'm
and
sorry. I won't do that again. I'm very sorry. Sorry, everybody.
it's
That was the fault.
fine.
Sorry. Sorry.
Oh, I needed that.
Sorry to our viewer.
Ew, what
I was like, what's
what are
happening?
you doing?
I was like, get him to stop scrolling. Like, hey,
Sarah. They were like, "Eh."
pay attention. It's like, is what? Okay. So hot without this fan. I don't know if this is gonna work with me doing this live stream and
Oh
this fan.
yeah.
Can y'all hear that? Oh, y'all heard that.
Yep.
Dang it. It's so hot in this room. I'm all the way live from the second floor of my house where I'm sweating
Not
and
the second floor.
circulation is rough. Yeah.
Woo,
Trying to
break
keep
it
the
up.
windows
Bye.
closed because I know the kids are outside and they're like running around and screaming. So I'm gonna try to not pour buckets of sweat. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, this is Sarah and friends. What we do every Wednesday. We're reading pieces of sketches, plays, excerpts of screenplays, even television show pilots, and more. So yes, we are going to start off with our very own Dinah. We're going to say hi.
Hi.
So she brought us. She is back. She did have a piece before that we read that was amazing. We have something new from
Oh,
her, and it is called "A Meeting of Faith: A Show of Love in One Act." So, without further ado, let's go.
and here we go. A Pumpkin Farm, Halloween night, 1974. It's about 7 p.m. It's dark and quiet and rather chilly. The hoot of an owl is heard. Young Lionel sits on the patch with a sign reading, "Welcome, Halloween Queen." Steak next to him on his right. On the left is a knapsack. Dressed for the fall weather, he wears a jacket, sweater, and jeans. He's sleepy, hungry, and a little bored, but he won't move from his spot. Firm determination is set in his face. He's here to meet the Halloween Queen.
Out here alone in the pumpkin farm. It's okay though, 'cause I know I found the sincerest pumpkin farm. I just know it. I've been watching this one since the summer, and it's just called out to me. Too bad I couldn't get anyone to sit here with me though. Would have been nice to have someone to chat with while I'm waiting. Good thing I brought this transistor radio.
As he's about to turn it on, a group of three youngsters about his age with his older sister Linda enter. They are dressed as ghosts and witches with masks. Linda's mask is a red devil. So, Lionel, gonna miss another Halloween this year?
Of course he is. He's waiting for that stupid Halloween queen. You know the Halloween queen doesn't exist. What is your problem? You've made us a laughing stock for so long.
Approaches him, grabs him by the shirt, and shakes him.
This is the last year you're going to do this. You understand? After this, you tell her goodbye and act like a normal kid on Halloween. Got it? I'm sick of getting weird looks at school every time October starts.
You're a little violent tonight, aren't you? Is it a full moon?
I'll full moon you. Remember, this is the last time. I won't repeat myself.
You just did.
Linda lunges for her brother, but is held back by his best friend Caleb.
Oh, shoot. Oh, look. Let's get some trick-or-treating done, okay? I don't think pounding your brother into the ground is going to help anyone.
It's Halloween. What's a little blood, right? I don't know how you could stay friends with him, Caleb, let alone best friends.
Oh, shoot. Somebody is chatting and messaging me on where to go. Sorry. Are you sure you won't come with us? You've been missing Halloween every year and all the good candy. There's a party at Viola's afterward, too. Come on, Lionel. I'm sure the Halloween Queen knows how sincere you are. You've been waiting here year after year. Aren't you bored?
No, I know this pumpkin farm is the sincerest one there is. You wait every year for the man in the red suit who slips down the chimney every year to go ho 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 and eat cookies. You can believe in someone of his size can fit into chimneys. Why can't I believe in the Halloween Queen? I've been checking on this farm since summer, and I never ignore my gut when it tells me something.
When I saw Santa last year, he used the front door. Said his back hurt too much to use the chimney. That's funny. My dad always complains about his back too.
I know what my gut is telling me, and it's telling me it wants candy.
Celine, don't you want to sit with me again? If you do, you'll get more candy than you ever could dream of. And other gifts too. You were with me last year. I'm telling you, she's coming this year. We could even hold hands.
Hesitating, he can't believe he's even saying it.
Stage directions.
So,
Oh,
oh, sorry. I was gonna read it, but I'll do it. This is her crush, and almost says yes, but then at that last minute, her resolve hardens.
No, and you owe me restitutions for last year. Don't think I've forgotten. I know. I'll take from your share what Linda gets. Because she asked for candy for you, and your neighbors feel sorry and give her double. It's so embarrassing to have to ask. Come on, guys, let's get going. If he wants to stay here all night and miss out on the fun, that's his problem.
As the group leaves, Celine trails behind. Just before she goes out of sight, she stops, turns back, and looks at Lionel for a long time. He smiles at her. She smiles back and is about to take a step backwards to his location when
oh, Celine! Are you coming or are you staying?
Celine's head turns sharply at the sound of her brother's voice. For a moment, she looks there, then back in Lionel's direction. There's a will she or won't she moment. And then,
I'll bring you back some candy apples, Lionel. They're sweet, just like you. Good luck. Wait for me, big brother.
once Lionel's alone, he sits in the silence for a while. After some time passes, Lionel opens a knapsack, pulls out a bag of chips and munches, along with a bottle of iced tea he drinks from. Turns on that radio. It's heard playing a snippet of 70s hits. Turns it down enough to where the music is still playing, but he can still hear other noises. Shivers again, takes his blanket, a large red plaid one, out of his bag, carefully unfolds it, shakes it out, wraps it around himself.
Man, even if she doesn't show up, these stars are beautiful.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, when she shows up, when she's gonna show. Sorry, Halloween Queen. I know you'll show. I'm sorry. I believe.
A warm wind blows in. The sound of a soft whistle is heard. Lionel looks confused for a moment.
What was that? The weatherman said it was gonna be a night for hot cocoa and warm blankets.
He yawns. As the warm wind is making him sleepy, he tries to resist.
I can't fall asleep now. No, no.
Dreamily rests his head on a nearby pumpkin. He naps for a few moments, when rustling is heard in the pumpkin patch. Lionel sits up sharply.
I hear something. I can hear it. Is that. Is it? Very funny, Sparky.
Dog runs up to Lionel, licks his face, and then out of the patch and off stage or through the audience. Yeah, a real dog dressed in a Halloween costume.
Crazy dog. Don't know how Caleb puts up with them.
A little while later, rustling is once again heard.
I swear, Sparky, if that's you, I'm going to tell Caleb not to let you play at the dog park for a week.
He gathers himself. The soft whistle blows again, and the figure appears behind Lionel in shadow. But when golden lights come up on the figure, a woman dressed in orange and green with long orange hair, cape, golden crown, and long softly colored green and orange dress. Her face is made up to look like a pumpkin. Small bag is worn across her body. Vines are wrapped around her like a second skin, and she wears orange gloves. She holds a scepter with an autumn leaf design topped by, of course, a pumpkin and a large pumpkin printed sack. It's the Halloween Queen.
Lionel. Lionel. Hi. I've been wanting to meet you for a long time. But Lionel, wake up! Good thing I brought some pumpkin smelling salts. You okay?
Uh-huh. I love the smell of pumpkin pie. What happened? Did I faint or something?
Yes, you did. You're okay now, though. And like I said, I've been wanting to meet you for a very long time, but was never able to get there because I've been trying to convince the other holidays that I can exist just like they do. They keep telling me that I was only made out of a child's imagination and that I would never catch on. Lionel, the strength of your faith helped me to be able to unlock the gate to bring me here. Thanks for the sign and never giving up, no matter what anyone told you.
I'm finally meeting the Halloween Queen? I knew this was the sincerest pumpkin farm around. I told them it was.
I know you've believed since you were 3 years old. You weren't sure how to express yourself about me then, but I could read your thoughts. Do you still have the first drawing of me you made? You know, the one you have in the red folder in your desk at home. I
Lionel
have
stares at her, dumbfounded. So good.
oh, well, I have every single letter you've written. There's one letter here where you say that if I'm fake, not to tell you because you don't want to know. Yeah.
I never showed that drawing to anyone. I used to ask Linda to help me write letters so my spelling would be okay. But I stopped doing that because she would get so mad.
Oh, Lionel, it wasn't the pumpkin farm, it was you. Your sincerity is what brought me to life. Here. Kitty and toys. This was another reason I had a hard time. Santa thought I was trying to hone in on his racket. I told him I would only cover the Halloween stuff. He's got the rest. He was cool with that, finally. I do have one issue with you, however.
What is it? Have I offended you in any way? I'm so sorry. Whatever you want, I'll do it.
Oh, first, I want you to take a breath before you faint again. Okay. Second, I want you to understand something. Halloween is about having fun and playing make-believe for one night, parties, friends, and yes, bobbing for apples, ghosts, and goblins. You've been depriving yourself of some good times and nearly catching pneumonia in the bargain. Oh. Actually, you almost caught it last year, didn't you?
Yeah, felt like the plague. Got me out of school for a while, though.
Oh, that's my point. Get out of there. Have a great time with your friends and your crabby sister. You can still believe in me and live the life of a kid. Here, take this.
She gives him a locket to wear around his neck. It's a golden chain.
Whenever you wear this, it'll let you know when the other kids will be interested in hearing about me. Spread the word and find believers. I warn you, however, if you start to get too obsessed, the chain will stop working, and you'll have to take a break to gather yourself. Go trick or treating. Go see some Halloween displays. Some of your neighbors have outdone themselves. At least this way, Linda won't lose her voice yelling at you about sitting in the patch every year anymore.
I can throw a party right here in the pumpkins. Maybe a Halloween cookout.
That's the idea. Now you're catching on. Your friends are done trick or treating and are about to go to that party at Viola's house. Don't you dare miss it. Yes, I know all their names. Remember, I've been watching you.
A royal footman dressed in the colors of autumn steps out of the shadows from where the Halloween queen emerges, sees her, and bows. Your Majesty, we must be on our way.
Oh, not just yet. I wish to meet these friends of yours and your sister.
Well, my friend, sure, but I don't know about Linda.
Have no fear.
Linda, Caleb, Celine, Viola, and Fabian enter, happy with their Halloween loot. They don't notice the Halloween queen at first.
Lionel, you missed it. It was great. Look at this loot. I got full candy bars.
I got a popcorn bowl.
I got some gum.
I got some caramel apples.
I got rocks.
And just like I promised, Lionel, here's some candy apple. Who's that?
They all look in Lionel's direction.
This, everyone, is the Halloween queen.
Everyone just stares in shocked silence for a few moments. Linda, of course, speaks up.
I thought I knew everyone in this neighborhood, but I've never seen you before.
It's nice to meet you, Linda. Let's just say new to the neighborhood.
I haven't said my name yet.
You didn't have to. I know your name, and I know that you've been looking for this for about 2 years. Your mother gave it to you, and you were too embarrassed to tell her you lost it. And what was lost is now found.
Gives her the bracelet. Linda looks at the bracelet and is completely stunned.
I want to say it's a cheap copy, but there's no way you can copy the small chip in the middle. Thank you for finding it.
Oh, you're most welcome. Please take it easy on your brother, Linda. Remember, you're the older sister, and he looks to you for wisdom. That's a great role to have. Cherish it. You're there to guide, not threaten.
Linda, who had been looking at her bracelet in wonder, now looks at the Halloween queen and Lionel, then goes over to her brother and wraps him in a huge hug. Lionel, totally surprised, returns the hug.
Caleb, I have a surprise for you.
She waves her hand, and the sound of chimes is heard.
Now look in your bag. Rock candy, my favorite. Viola, your party will be a smashing success. Just spread out your invitation list more. There are many other children who would love to have a good time with you all. Celine, that was very sweet of you to look out for Lionel while he was waiting here at the farm. Fabian, Don't be shy when trick-or-treating. Speak up. That way they'll know what you want. You'll get more candy that way. I must go now, but before I go, Neil, Lionel, I dub you and your friends keepers of the Halloween spirit. Eternal thanks for your faith.
Did we lose Dinah?
I see her.
I
Oh,
think we may have lost her on audio.
oh
Dinah, we can't hear you.
no. Oh gosh.
Uh-oh, gotta get the sign.
Muted.
Sorry,
Let me
folks.
unmute you. Oh, you're not connected. Yikes. Okay. All right. Oh,
Cliffhanger.
wow. We get this quick little interlude. Okay, so yes, right now we are reading A Meeting of Faith, A Show of Love in One Act by Dinah. And hey, we've been having fun this whole time. This is episode 8. And while you're here, we just implore you to look around. If you're on the Facebook Planet Ant page, we do have a list of different things going on every week, every day, and always tune in with us. Let's check in to see what is going on. Dinah, can you hear us? Hello? Ah!
She's getting back onto her phone, it seems.
Okay, so we're just transitioning over. Okay, so yes, we've been having some people sending us messages trying to get here. So yes, I was trying to catch up with them as well, make sure everyone is in. Nice.
By the way, Sarah, your hair looks especially like the hair that I managed to draw.
It does. Okay, see the microphone's on. Oh, okay.
Oh, no.
We lost her.
Oh no.
Let's add her back.
Okay, there I am.
Yay!
Yay! Woo! Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Want me to take back to the dubbing?
Sure.
Okay. All right. So we are continuing on. Okay. Let's go now. But before I go, Neil, Lionel, I dub you and your friends keepers of the Halloween spirit. Eternal thanks for your faith.
She then hands the children Halloween toys and even more candy, especially to Fabian. Hey, all right, who is ready for the party?
Oh no, the party! I don't have a costume.
Oh, yes, you do.
Waves her scepter, then reaches down beside her in the pumpkins, revealing a costume.
Okay. No more excuses. Get to that party.
And the kids help Lionel get in the costume. Your Majesty, won't you come to the party?
Oh, thank you. But I must get to the children around the world to spread the joy of Halloween and meet other keepers of the Halloween spirit.
She walks back the way she came. The lights rise to reveal a golden winged pumpkin chariot, complete with vines, leaves, and even pumpkin seeds lining the edges. The footman opens the chariot door. She climbs inside, and the chariot slides off stage to the sound of the whistling wind. The chimes are heard again.
Wow, look at that ride!
All hail the Halloween Queen. Forever.
His friends bow too, except for Linda, who does a curtsy. Their heads follow the path of the chariot as if it is flying through the sky. Then they exit to follow the path of the chariot. Lights fade. A voiceover declares the words, 3 years later, and then come up again on Fabian, who enters in an orange or red royal cape complete with scepter and crown, with a sash that reads Halloween King. Sound effects of partygoers are heard. He addresses the audience.
The next year, Lionel helped start the Halloween cookout, and it was so successful that it's now an annual thing. It's called the Annual Halloween Queen Barbecue Bash, aka the HQ Bash, and it's held right in the Pumpkin Farm Batch.
Lights buys to reveal a banner that reads, Welcome to the HQ Bash. Partygoers are milling around. A parent is cooking on a barbecue grill, and the stage is decorated with small bales of hay, scarecrows, a small table with a box, and to top it all off, a statue of the Halloween Queen.
No one makes fun of him anymore. Shoot, he's invited to all the local parties before October even starts. Linda's still crabby, but this time it's not because of her brother. There's even a royal Halloween court, and I was just elected King Halloween.
And this is a really cool thing you came up with, Lionel. Nothing better than hamburgers for Halloween.
Yeah, and bobbing for apples, too. It's an extra Halloween party.
Hey, Lionel, do you think your sister will be winning the apple bobbing contest?
Apple bobbing? That sounds like a good idea. They look pretty tasty.
How'd you come up with the idea for this party anyway?
Let me tell you on the way to the apple cauldron. It all started 3 years ago. Right here at the pumpkin farm. I'll tell you how I met the Halloween Queen.
Linda enters, spots her brother, and goes over to him, while keeping an eye on the small box.
Hey, little brother, did they reveal who the Halloween Queen is yet?
Nope. It should be soon, though. Probably after everyone's eaten.
Linda wants to be Halloween Queen so bad. We can all taste it. You should see the look she gave Viola when she was named Queen last year. If she could have made Viola spontaneously combust, she would have been a smoking pile of ash.
All right, kids, it's the moment we've all been waiting for, the crowning of the Halloween Queen.
Young girls line up. The parents take the votes out of the box, quickly counting them. Result is given to the announcer parent.
This year's Halloween Queen is Linda.
Woo, yay!
Linda preens, resplendent in her Halloween Queen attire.
Come on, Fabian, our subjects await. They finally know true royalty, making me Halloween Queen.
Ah, yes, Your Majesty. And now it's time for the King and Queen to have their dance too.
The Monster Mash begins to play, and they dance. Lights and music fade on their good time and come up on another corner of the stage where jolly old Saint Nick, Saint Patrick, and the Easter Bunny stand in front of a large mirror frame. This is to represent the magic mirror they look through to watch over the world until their time to shine. Halloween Queen enters from the left, Halloween being over. Okay, 1 second.
She did it! I can't believe it, guys. She actually did it!
Well, of course you can't believe it. You're the one who said she'd never make it.
Don't you have snakes to charm or something?
Don't you have candy eggs to pull out of your rear? You know, you're lucky Tom Turkey isn't here right now. He'd pluck all your fur off.
Thanksgiving boy doesn't scare me.
What you looking for, Bunny? You scared he'll gobble you up? Saint Nick. Look, cool it, guys. Here she comes. Okay, sorry, something is in my way. Cool it, guys. Here she comes. You did it, HQ. You got yourself a following among the kiddies. Nice work.
Crown and the cape, and throw the cape. Oh, I told you I would. All that was needed is someone to truly believe, no matter what. Plus, candy and gifts don't hurt either. Not only that, but now I can have my costume sold in stores. It's a win-win.
Okay, you were right. Look, you can't blame us for being nervous. If you only knew how many holiday candidates came through here. Avon Lady Appreciation Day, Kettle Corn Popcorn Day, Mary Kay Pink Day.
And let's not forget Edible Undies Day.
Oh.
Oh, come on. You don't remember the mascot they tried to push through? Chewy Louis Thong? I mean, yeah, they were willing to do pastel colors, which would have worked great for me, but
Anyway, this calls for a celebration. Break out the sparkling white grape juice. You can just get some champagne. It's easier. Champagne gives me gas. St. Nick shakes his head and exits and returns momentarily with the bottle of sparkling grape juice and tall wine glasses. He hands out the glasses and pours the juice. After everyone is served, he says, a toast to the Halloween queen who proved that persistence and faith gives birth to the most beautiful traditions, and also to the fact that she finally got the young man to get out there and celebrate, and his sister to stop talking about that dang bracelet. To HQ, welcome to Holiday Land. Oh, and here's the keys to your very own holiday suite, befitting a true queen.
hey, HQ, you need any help moving in?
I sure do. I'd like you all the help. Ooh, especially you. Will the missus be okay with you helping me, St. Nicky?
She's cool. Our gingerbread house is open, if you know what I mean.
Nice. Oh, right after this drink, my place for some chills and thrills.
To
To
HQ!
HQ. Clink glasses, and drink fast. And lights fade to the end.
Yay!
Yay! Woo! Yay! Thanks, guys.
Yay.
Love it.
Thank you.
Oh, we've got some good questions in the chat already. I love it.
Wow.
Ooh.
Oh.
Okay, so yes, I am Ankit. We're reading. Sorry, we were reading. So the comments were just kind of rolling along. I see. Hi, Dinah. It's Ashley, Sailor
hey.
Doris,
Hey,
and
Ashley.
I did have a couple questions. Is this intended for some sort of children's theater? And would this work better with people or puppets?
When I originally was writing it, I wasn't sure it was gonna be for children. But when I looked at some of the lines, especially that last one about Saint Nick and the open gingerbread house, that I really realized how perverted that sounds. Probably like adults playing children, kind of like I was thinking. What's the Good Man Charlie Brown type of thing, and it could be done with puppets. I mean, either way. That's a good medium there. Thanks for the idea.
Oh, and Trisha Hicks says hi, Dinah. It's your sis.
That's my sister. Hi, Trisha.
Nice. All right, so yeah, if you have any more questions for her, you can leave them here now. We do have another script coming up for Q&A later on. Let's talk about the script. I like that.
Ooh.
She says, "Great job, you guys." Trisha Hicks. Thank you.
Hey, thank you. Thanks for listening out there in California. She's out there in Moreno Valley, California. Shout out.
Ooh, we're bi-coastal.
Yes, you are. And you guys did a great job reading. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yes.
Well,
Yes,
I
we
gotta ask
do,
what you guys thought.
Yeah, I liked it. I did like seeing all of the different things coming together. It kind of reminded me, and I'm not sure if it was your inspiration or not, but of the Great Pumpkin, like Waiting
Yeah.
for the Great Pumpkin. Like, we never
Yes.
really see the Great Pumpkin. I think it does in a sequel or something like that, which I've never watched.
Hmm.
But actually seeing Halloween Queen and seeing a tradition being born, like, I like that background aspect to it.
Yep, it was definitely because I watched Great Pumpkin last Halloween,
Mhm.
and I started thinking about it, and I'm like, what if he actually met his hero? You know, they have that saying, don't meet your heroes. But what if he met
Right.
his hero? And for, copyright's sake, I didn't want people to be like, what is wrong with you? I came up with the concept of, Halloween Queen and changed some names and, had them meet each other. Just something I wanted to have fun with. And yeah, had a great time doing it, actually.
I did not think of it before, but I just realized reading the script, all the like holiday mascots are men.
Yeah, that is true.
Pretty much, yeah.
Why don't we have a woman
Mm-hmm.
holiday
Why
mascot?
don't we?
More than
We
one.
should.
It's gonna take a while to get to parody, so I know we need your ideas.
Well, I could always write a play that highlights Mrs. Claus because there was a thing I was watching Family Feud, and one of the questions was, what does Mrs. Claus do that she never gets any credit for? And some of the answers are like she tends to the reindeer, she does the payroll for the elves, she cooks for she cooks for for Santa Claus. I mean, all this stuff, and one of my favorite Christmas things is Grandma got run over by a reindeer. If you've ever seen the cartoon version, it's really funny. And they have Mrs. Claus there, and she's there helping out her husband and all that. So hey, you never know.
She does all the support work that makes all his work
Yes,
possible.
sir. She
He gets
helps
all the credit.
with the
Hashtag
and yep,
women's work.
all credit.
Always. I also
Yep.
to like pivot a little bit. I really loved your description of the Halloween Queen's like outfit and just like it
Yeah.
was awesome and I want to see it and I want to wear it. I was like, ooh, when Dinah gets famous for this, everybody will dress as this and I'll get to see it a lot.
Well, it was funny because I was trying to think of a really good costume, and I figured, well, she would have vines wrapped around her because, in the pumpkin patch, there's vines, there's pumpkins, and it's going to be orange and green and gold, all the autumn colors that I love looking at. When the trees, if you've ever seen a field of Halloween, well, not Halloween trees, but, autumn trees, when they're in their full glory, love it. So.
That was very descriptive. Also, your characters are very descriptive. I like that a lot too. Like all your characters, you could tell like who they were as people, and that was fun.
Oh, cool. Thanks. Oh, let me just ask for forgiveness for my St. Patrick's attempt accent. Please don't throw anything at me. I was trying. It really was. People were like, what is that? Ew.
When I saw that in the script, I was glad you didn't decide to have me read that role.
Same.
I
So
almost
thank
did.
you.
I almost did.
Well, I see some other questions. Yes, Trisha, we do this every week. Although we are wrapping up next Wednesday for our final episode of the season, we're going to be returning and finishing up a piece called "Old Bro" by Tony Augusti and Michael Rizzo. I don't know if they're watching here. It's like, hey, I'm just going to name drop the show. So y'all want to go and find out what the
Old
rest
Bro
happens?
Part 2.
Old Bro.
Now
So
even
that would be
broier.
season finale.
This time it's personal.
More bro all the time. Oh, bro. Okay, so yes, there are a few questions. Von Work is back in the house. Hey, what is the conflict? Though I
For
did
how
see a bit of that with Linda and Lionel, kind of a back and forth thing.
Well, in this one, yeah, like you said, there was a little bit of like brotherly and sisterly conflict. The conflict, which I probably should bring out more, was the fact that the Halloween Queen had to fight really to get her, to get herself noticed. I mean, there was the whole thing that the conflict used to be about Lionel waiting for to meet the Halloween Queen, and she was never there. Now everybody thought he was, I guess, in essence crazy. But now that she comes, but she had the conflict of finally being like, look, I can be an actual holiday mascot, just like you guys have your following. I can have one too.
Yes. What did we have? Oh, how did you decide how the characters refer to each other? Like HQ instead of Your Majesty, Saint Nicky instead of Saint Nicholas.
That was more of like, because especially among the holidays, they're familiar and they know each other, and so that's kind of where HQ came from. Because I figure Halloween Queen has been fighting for her right to be to be represented, or to get out there, and so, and they're like, hey, HQ, maybe not this year or whatever, or when they finally said, okay, we give you a shot, HQ, you go. So just kind of a familiarity thing.
Oh, there's another one. Have you considered having full-blown dance sequences, or would that be too much like the Nutcracker? I do like a good
Full-blown
Halloween dance.
sequences. You know what? That is not something I had considered. Well, the Monster Mash. I mean, well, first of all, copyright. I would have to make sure I could even use that song. But that song is, how old is that song? Isn't that? Actually, I think that song's over 50 years old. But anyway, yeah. Especially the Monster Mash, or some sort of Halloween themed dance thing. Yeah, that could be worked in. Somehow it could be an opening dance number to before the show even starts, or even at the end. Somehow the cast members all get together and do some sort of thing, or the holiday people, like Saint Nick, or Saint Nick, Saint Patrick, and whatever, and Halloween Queen come out. Yeah.
And so, they said, so the Halloween Queen is trying to break into the male patriarchy. Yes, definitely yes. And
Yes.
also 54 years for Monster Mash.
So, there you go. Thanks for that. Thanks for
so
that.
That means we can sing it on stream, potentially?
Probably.
We'll wait for legal to give us the go-ahead first.
Yeah.
Wait for my legal text.
The extensive writer's block legal team.
We have hundreds of lawyers back there.
And thousands of interns. All right, let's see. What do we have? We've got a lot of compliments. Good stuff.
That was honestly one of the most fun scripts I have read. So thank you, Dinah.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you guys so much for reading it and bringing it to life. I'm gonna start crying in a minute. So.
It's always nice to have your pieces with us. Like, I like the other one too, which we do still need to see a sequel of. Will we see that in season 2?
Possibly. Maybe something with Mrs. Claus, because she's got to have her shout outs too.
Yeah. Great. So, any more questions? I see we have a lot from YouTube. This is where I'm pulling a lot of the questions from. In case you're not seeing it, Trevor, that's where they're all
I've been watching the Facebook live chat, and just nothing, no questions.
Nothing. Are there any hearts or thumbs or carry X?
I can't tell.
Carry X. It's like I'm hugging myself. But yeah, we've got tons with YouTube. So thank you guys so much.
Facebook people, step it up a notch.
Yeah, Facebook people. No Periscope tonight. None. Not a one. I think we've only got Twitch. Like the 2 times the other one said donate $500,000, which I'll say that every episode. I'll come on other streams and say that every episode. So hey, donate 500,000, please. We would love to have it at Planet
If
Ant.
you donate $500,000 to Planet
It would
Ant,
make a huge difference.
I feel like I can
Oh, yeah.
promise your script will get read in season 2 of Writer's Block.
I will change real costumes for that. Like,
Yeah, full makeup. We'll change our
Oh, yeah.
backgrounds.
Oh, yeah.
All out. There'll
I
be
will
some
get
dance
actual bunny
interludes.
ears
we'll show all our cats.
as opposed to socks.
I did like that though. Like that was pretty genius. I
That was
kind of
pretty
looked
good.
up
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I want to get like bunny ears, floppy. I love it.
Yeah.
Jane, you made it. After
Yay.
75 years, you can use it free, is what Jane says. I was
Oh,
trying
75.
to message Jane as I was reading the script. That's why you guys were like, Sarah, like, that's your line. Like, trying.
Okay, so after 75 years. Okay, got a little bit of time.
Yeah.
Thank you, Legal.
Thank
Writer's
Yes, thank
Block,
you.
season like 35 or whatever. We're going to do the Monster Mash.
I'm going to write that down. After 75 years, you can use a song free.
And Jane said free puppets. She can give free puppets.
Yes. All right.
Right.
Well, does that mean we can still use... Oh, wait, no, but you still can't use Happy Birthday free, though.
No, because that's owned by Disney.
Wait, Disney bought
somebody
Happy Birthday?
Disney,
Ooh.
somebody, I forgot who told me that Disney, like once it started getting close to running out, and the woman, the teacher that made the song, like her family was going to continue to have it, Disney bought it.
Oh.
So now forever, anytime anybody sings Happy Birthday, Disney gets paid. So
it's like everything else in life.
So only to the Stevie Wonder version. Because I would rather my money go to the ghost of Stevie Wonder than to Disney.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, like there's a certain amount of time that passes, but yeah, also if somebody like reads the copyright, then your host.
Yeah.
Claire, you appear to be frozen.
Yeah, it's kind of going in and
No!
out.
Don't make me get the sign.
Is this any better?
You're making sad faces.
There you are.
Okay, I'll pop you out and see if we can pop back in.
Okay. Oop, wait. There we go.
Get it back. Let's see. Did that do anything?
Is that better?
Made a black screen. I hear you, but I don't see you.
No. Okay.
Uh-oh.
No.
Oh.
I got this sign.
Let me see.
All right. Let's try it again. Pop it back in. Yeah.
You gotta write a play called Technical Difficulties, Trevor. You gotta write it.
Yes. You can make it a musical too.
Yes.
Oh, you guys hear me?
If I write a musical called Technical Difficulties, can we read that?
Yes.
Yes. Oh, yes, please.
I am gonna.
We lost her. Okay. Well, I guess that kind of wraps things up, Dinah. Free puppy giveaways. Yes, yes, we love it. But thank you so much for everything, like the reading.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
All right, let's see. Do we have Claire? Claire question mark.
Could represent my uncertainty about this connection.
It's very in and out, and it's like you're talking in the dark.
Can't see. There she is. Woo!
Stop it, go.
It's like stop motion, Claire.
Okay. All right, trying to get it all straightened out before we get to the next piece. Ooh.
All right.
I know a lot of people have been experiencing a lot of slowdowns with their internets. She popped out again. Yeah, so yes, just to answer the questions again, we do this weekly. This is second to the last episode of the season. We'll be taking a little bit of a hiatus, and then we'll be coming back for season 2. Hopefully, I'm not sure what's going to be happening in the upcoming weeks. There's so much going on, but yeah, we are always looking for works. Let me create this banner real quick while we're waiting. The writers
Do you
block.
plan on doing like a Zoom reunion show at some point too? That's a joke, folks.
All right, so yes, the writer's block 2020 at gmail.com. If you ever want to submit your piece to be read for us, I don't have an official date for the opening for season 2 solicitations, but feel free. You can submit your plays, play excerpts. We have 1X full plays. We read full-length scripts here. Sometimes we might have to break it in half. Sketches, screenplays, pilots, anything involving multiple characters. We would love to do it. Even though it's just 4 of us, as you saw tonight, like, we got a lot of different characters, costume changes, things like that. Claire, how you going?
No, I'm trying to figure out how to hold my phone without being like, okay, good.
If you have a bunny in your script,
Normal.
you know we have a bunny costume available.
Yes, that's perfect. Yay!
Well, let's see. Let's see, I was prepared for some other stuff. Let's see. That is a meeting of faith. I thought I had 2 screens up, but I do not. Claire, do you think you would be good to go to narrate, or should we switch it over to Trevor?
Yes.
Good to
I'm all
narrate?
good.
Okay, cool,
Yes.
cool. All
Just
right.
for the love of God, don't switch to Trevor.
Okay.
Don't what?
Oh yeah, because you're not even. I don't think you even. Did you take a quick look at it while I gave it to you like 15 minutes before we went on? No?
Me?
I take that smile as a no.
What?
Oh, I was talking to Trevor. I'm looking at Trevor, but I'm looking the other way.
It's really, really confusing. I got to be honest. Don't worry about it. Do what you were going to do. I'm going to do what I was going to do.
Okay. Well, we'll go ahead and let Trevor go.
Sit there and eat some popcorn.
Got 3 for the rest of the show that will be reading with us. And right now we are going to pivot over to what, Trevor? What's happening? Did you just turn your camera off?
Yeah, I thought you were letting me go. I was turning off the camera.
I could let you go.
I'll just
physically
turn off the camera, not distract you guys any further.
I could just give you the boot. I do have control of the system.
I'll just sit
Question: Can we sing it at the beginning? Can we sing the song, or will they get us for?
Oh God.
Yeah, because I did not fact check how long that one was. If anybody's gets the, because I would like to sing it, but I'm not sure, because I'm thinking, because it's not musical, that it's not a recorded track that would be picked up by algorithms to automatically shut it down. Because that's why I was advised no recordings, to be played, or even like people's radios, because it'll pick it up and like shut everything complete. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we'll be good to go. And if not, sorry, Darren. Sorry, Mike. Like, I don't want to shut down the entire planet. I think, like, dang, Sarah. Damn it, Sarah. Damn. Okay, so.
All right.
We'll just change the whole title of the show called Damn It, Sarah.
Yeah.
Sarah and Fred.
I'm picturing, like, I pass by Planet Ant all the time because I live in Hamtramck, and I'm picturing, like, just going by, like, later tonight, there's just, like, a sad face on the marquee. Just a really big sad face in place of watch our streams. And then
Oh
a week
man.
later, Damn It, Sarah, the musical.
I would still come and watch it though. It would be all about me. I'll come in a disguise. Like it's so good.
Sarah, who's
Who's
Sarah?
Sarah? I don't know. That girl is crazy. But yes, so moving right along, we do pieces just to give a bit of a prep because we are kind of pivoting to something that's a bit more serious. It's a bit, hey, I still, Meltdown Island is here. Hey, hey. So,
Hey.
yeah, we're kind of doing. We do all kinds of pieces here. It's not just comedy. I know some people might wonder that. I don't know if there were people wondering that and hesitated about sending in their pieces. And just a preface, I have worked with Nicole M on one of her plays called Get This at Box Fest, like way, way, way back in. I don't know if anybody remembers the Furniture Factory, but yeah, and all of that. And it was great. Yes. And having guns in my dress. It's always good to have a gun in your bosom. But yeah, we were working. Caught up with her, asked her, like, I wasn't sure if she was still working with plays. She's doing a lot now. So this is one of her pieces that has never been read before. This is the debut of the excerpt of Eden's Crossing. So without further ado, we can go ahead. All right. Take it away, Claire.
I met a lot of people in Europe. I even encountered myself. James Baldwin. Not until we are lost do we begin to understand ourselves. Henry David Thoreau. A person often meets his destiny on the road he took to avoid it. Jean de La Fontaine. Two people, once unknown to one another, have been held hostage in a small room for 5 days. The play takes place during day 5, their last day in captivity. Two people, once unsure of themselves and the futures before them, must strategize to navigate their way out of both literal and metaphorical captivity. The set is a table, 2 chairs, 3 doors, no windows, stark white walls. And this, we have Pearson, who's 38 years old, black man, disheveled as though he's been locked away for 5 days. A woman later known as Kim, 38 years old, black woman, disheveled though as she's been locked away for 5 days. And the excerpt we're going to read begins midway through the play. The man sits back down across from the woman at the table. The man resumes tapping on the table. Soon, he perks up and starts singing a recognizable African-American spiritual.
Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child. A long, long way from home.
Sometimes I feel like I'm almost done. Sometimes I feel like I'm almost done. Sometimes I feel like I'm almost done. And long, long way from home.
Wow, you got some pipes on you.
I'm just living up to the stereotype. You don't sound so bad yourself.
What do I have to prove to know that I'm special?
The woman serves a judgmental look again.
You know all this is worthy.
Fuck. My feet
off her shoes.
My feet are killing me.
The fuck is that smell?
Absolutely nothing. My feet smell like beds of roses.
And rotten trash. Phew! Put your shoes back on.
Mm. You got some
The
nerve.
woman takes off her socks and throws them at the man.
Well, you do have pretty feet, though. What size shoe you wear?
Size 7, why?
That would feel like other pleasure up my ass. It's just the perfect size.
Mm. Here we go again with the jokes.
It's not a joke. I love to explore the forbidden.
That is sick. That is just sick.
You like a little kink? I can tell just by looking at your hair.
Now, you know not to talk about a sister's hair. It is time for a retouch, though. Wait a minute. Can you see my roots?
Just as good as ever.
Shit. Do you have a mirror?
Yeah, give me a minute as I check
The
my
woman
suitcase.
jumps up, looking for where to. Oh, sorry.
That's okay. Yeah, just give me a minute as I check my suitcase. Girl, you know we ain't got nothing in here.
Let me see your feet. What size shoe you wear?
Why is it any of your business? A size 11.
Oh, okay. Oh.
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
One can dream.
Of what?
Look, I haven't gotten any in a long time.
By the looks of that bird's nest on top of your head, I can see why.
What is it you have against black women?
Is a tale as ancient as the last time your edges saw a brush?
Fuck you.
I'm great with my right hand. It should be more like fuck you, as you're the one who needs it.
You lie to me all you want. You'll find something about me that is variable desirable, don't you? Especially since you ain't touched yourself since we've been in here.
How you know that?
Oh my God, you just nasty.
It's the closest you've come to a man getting off for a long time.
Trust I'm a catch on the outside.
Then why so long?
I didn't tell you how long.
Well then.
3 months.
For a female, that's average.
Average female? No wonder you're still single.
You don't know me, know what I got out there.
Wouldn't surprise me if you had a stable of hoes. You look not to be trusted anyway.
What's that supposed to mean?
You got some pretty feet.
Don't you dare.
So what now?
Oh my, the tables are turned.
Look, I'm serious. This place is driving me crazy.
I didn't realize we had a vehicle to drive you crazy. What? A good laugh makes you forget all about the bad in the world. Don't you dare think I'm not enough through motions over here.
Wish I could come across as cool, calm, and collected as you.
DNA, anatomy, and genetics tend to think otherwise.
Silence, and then a loud thump is heard off stage. The man jumps up out of his chair and hides under the table. The man screams. A very unmanly yelp emerges from his body.
Shit, what the fuck was that?
Oh, my, the tables have turned. You chicken.
Man looks under the table to check. She looks under the table to check up on the man, then goes to the center door to see what the noise was.
Chicken, it was just the doorknob that fell on the floor.
Get you.
Doorknob fell on the floor.
Oh.
I'm sorry, I've lost audio, you guys.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna take it from woman brings in doorknob.
Yeah.
I'm gonna quickly leave and come back.
Oh, okay. All right. Just take a
Uh,
quick, brief hiatus. Let's see what is going on in the chats. Um, Meltdown Island. It's got some emojis, pineapple trees of fires, explosions, and aliens. I remember Shannon. Yes, she was great. I haven't talked to her in a while. Are the quotes meant to be part of the play, and when did it come before the description of the scene? These are some questions to think about. Feel free to post them in the chat as we go along so we can go ahead and read them as well. I know it's an excerpt, but this is some strange dialogue for people, strangers, being held in captivity. That's what he's saying for now, but we will continue on and see it progress. Oh no, what happened? Do we have Claire? I might have lost her.
uh-oh. Technical difficulties.
Oh, well, Trevor's still here with the sign.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Figured I'd stay up just in case.
All
Yeah.
right.
Thanks, Trevor. So right now we are in the middle of reading an excerpt from Eden's Crossing by Nicole M. Young. We're just taking a brief hiatus while we get Claire back to narrate. I'm not sure, is she posting in our private chat or not? Just to see. Or is it you? Switch to the phone. Okay, that was earlier. All right, so we have all of this going on. Here you are.
Not gonna put it away too early
Claire?
this time.
Claire, you're frozen.
Hello. I
It's
still can't hear you guys.
a little bit of a delay. You can't hear us?
Uh-oh.
Hello?
I think she's frozen.
I think she is too. Let's see if we can take it and re-add. It's a bit of a
Can you
delay.
guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Yep. Just can't see you.
If you want, we can just keep going since we have audio back. Or do we?
She might not be able to hear us.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, she's frozen again. All right. Let's try it one more time. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But that is the beauty of technology. We have things, and it's the peak of the week. A lot we've learned over the past few weeks that it slows down around this time, around 8, 9 o'clock. People getting home from work or off for dinner or what have you, and a lot of traffic happens. So things get slowed down a bit with us, but we go through. How's it going? Oh, it's went completely out. Claire, can you hear us? I am going to check right now. Oh no, don't record me. Okay. No, it's somehow I hit the duo on Google and it was like, hey, let's start a stream here too. Okay, now her screen is totally white. Let's see. We can bring her back.
Got it?
Got it?
Oh, what?
Claire?
He's moving.
I see movement. Oh, she's frozen.
Can you hear us?
We're just experiencing some brief technical difficulties at the moment. We're just bear with us for a minute. So we are going right now. Let's
I don't
see.
know.
What?
I heard something.
I heard I don't know, and then it stopped. Let me see. Are you typing in the private chat? Yeah.
What the?
I don't know if that's gonna work either, because we all don't go to the private chat. All right. So yes, while we're waiting, we do have a lot of things going. But while we're waiting to get this technical difficulty straightened out, let me go ahead and read Nicole's bio. Nicole M. Young is a performance poet, playwright, event producer, nonprofit manager, and educator with over 25 years of experience as a practicing artist. Nicole's writing seeks to fill and complete the gaps for those whose presence is absent or misrepresented in mainstream media, especially women of color. Autobiographical in nature, Nicole's poetry and plays reflect on personal experiences and how they've influenced the way she sees herself within the world around her. Her play, Get This, received the 2009 Baldwin Memorial Playwriting Award for the Five Colleges Multicultural Theater Committee and has since been produced in Michigan and New York City. Her debut self-produced spoken word album, Input, Live from the Valley, was released in 2019. Recorded live in March of 2018 at Click Wordspace in Northampton, the performance poetry of Input explores the challenges of being a single, Black, plus-size woman while dating in the microchromatic Pioneer Valley. Proceeds from album sales were used to establish a fellowship program for emerging women and non-binary writers of color, hosted through Straw Dog Writers Guild, where Nicole is also a member. Nicole earned a Bachelor of Theater Arts from the University of Michigan, Ann Arbor, a Master of Fine Arts in Theater Management from Wayne State University, and a Master of Arts in English from the University of Massachusetts Amherst. Originally from Detroit, Nicole has lived in Western Massachusetts, Northern Connecticut for over 12 years. So that is a bit about our author right now, Nicole Young. While we try to get this thing going, so that way some people might be a bit familiar. I don't know if somebody seen the post from yesterday of the bio, but we've got it. Claire, how are you doing over there? Claire?
I think she said earlier her phone was melting down.
Oh no.
So her phone might be acting up.
At this point, let me see.
Hey guys.
You got it. Yeah, Claire, if we could, Trevor, hop in.
His face.
Sure.
Hop in. You're at bat, Trevor.
Which page were we on?
Can you guys have Trevor take over my role? This isn't.
Yeah.
Seeming
I'm
correct.
sorry. Yeah. It's kind of a weird technical difficulty happening, but stuff happens. It's okay. But we'll go ahead and have Trevor take over. You can take the rest of the night, or if you want to ask questions and stay on the chat and watch us, you could go ahead and do that too. But thank you, Claire. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye. And she's still frozen. I feel so bad. Technology that's the beauty of technology. Trevor, you got the page?
I do not have the page number yet.
Page 9.
Okay.
At the top of the page, let's just take it from the top of mine where it says shit, what the fuck is that?
Okay.
All right.
1 second. All right.
Shit! What the fuck was that?
Oh my, the tables have turned.
Looks under the table to check up on man, then goes to the center door to see what the noise was.
Oh, you chicken. It was just the doorknob that fell on the floor.
Woman brings in doorknob and places it on the table.
Oh, the building's collapsing around us. Oh my God, what are we gonna do?
Woman sits in silence as man continues to tremble underneath the table. Gives him a moment to compose himself.
I have an idea.
What's that? Oh, wise one.
Woman pauses.
Get up off the damn floor. Have a seat. Let me give you a rub down.
Man
Now,
sits down.
Give me your shirt.
What are you gonna do with it?
You deserve a deeper tissue massage. Just trust me with this decision and give me your shirt.
Man takes off shirt, tosses it onto the table. Woman continues with the massage. Woman then begins choking man with his own shirt.
I can feed off your flesh for days.
Man struggles to pull himself away, frees himself.
Well, look at here. We got a Nat Turner on our hands.
Have you lost your damn mind? Kill me, end up with jail time. Now give me my damn shirt back. Feeling vulnerable.
Woman throws shirt back to man.
Here. I bet you want me to put it on for you too.
Ooh, baby, stop being so good to me.
What? Now, look, where were we?
Long pause. Both stare at each other for a few seconds. As they stand up, the intense gaze keeps going. Both actors silently count to 3, then push their chairs away, run towards the center door, run into the hallway, trying to break down a locked door. All we hear are screams of help and frustration. After a while, they come back to the table. Tired, of course.
And here we are again.
I want to go home.
Yep.
I miss what was on the other side. I want to go home.
Man walks over to comfort her. He cops a feel, and he's holding her. He feels something bumpy in her side pocket.
What's this?
He reaches into her back pocket and pulls out a cell phone.
Why didn't you tell me you had means to communicate with the outside world?
You realize I have NAM charger or access to an outlet? The fucking battery's dead.
I haven't seen you use the phone since the entire time we've been in here. How did the battery die?
You can kiss my ass.
You can kiss my ass. Pearson.
Your mama named you Pearson?
It's a family name. It's English for rock.
You mean as in Rockhead?
No, Pearson means rock. Stable, secure.
It should mean Rockhead. You got a crest to go with that name too? Acting like your ancestors steered the ship and shit. Look, I don't know no black man named Pearson. Is your mama African American?
Yup, black and proud. Why should that matter?
How many men are named Pearson in your family?
My dad's middle name is Pearson, and my great-grandfather's first name is Pearson.
You sure you're black?
Take a good, hard look at all this sexual chocolate.
More like sugar-free hazelnut latte. You got some white in your family. If history serves us white, we all got some white in our family. There is no way that Pearson could have snuck up in your family tree unless Massa had his way with your great-great-great-great-great-grandma.
Why are you assuming that my people been over here that long?
With that complexion and that hair, may I propose that your people had been on this land for several generations?
Let's put it this way. I'm a true American.
You're going to try and guess my name?
Sure, why not?
What do you think my government name is?
Bessie.
Oh, God, no. Well, how old do I look to you?
Kissy?
And you're my Toby. God damn it, no.
Reaches her hand out, offering an introductory handshake.
My name is Kim.
Wow, damn, girl, you sure enough black.
Pearson and Kim shake hands. An intense stare ensues.
This is better than a one-night stand. We at least took time to get to know each other before sliding to home base.
I'm going to pretend you didn't say that.
Where's that gun when you need it?
What do you plan on doing with it?
I don't know. Maybe take you out of your misery?
You can't be serious.
I've never felt more homicidal and suicidal right now.
Put the gun down. I was kidding when I was heckling you.
You open the door and now the door is forcing it shut. Shut up and sit down.
Man takes off his shirt and ties her to the chair. He then holds the gun to her head.
You attempt to move, and I swear your brains will become a tablecloth. I'll be back.
He goes down to the last door, upstage left. Goes through that hallway, tries to break down that door, and with no luck. We hear him screaming in frustration from the hall. He then returns center stage.
Men can have meltdowns too. What was that you were saying earlier about DNA, nature, and shit?
Shut the fuck up.
Ooh, Pearson. I never expected you to get so damn hostile. I need you to snap back to normal.
Kim, kiss my ass.
Now there you go with that ass thing. My mouth is not going anywhere near where Charmin has been.
Pearson reaches for his seat.
Before you take that seat, how about untying me?
I don't trust you.
I'm not playing. I need you to untie me now.
No.
What if we were found, me dead tied to this chair and you wasting away in that corner over there? How would that look? Remember what life was like on the outside? Well, you can forget about that because you'll be locked up the same way you are here, except for the rest of your life.
God damn it, Kim.
Goes to untie her.
Why you always have to make me feel so guilty?
That was so easy. Wow. Haven't we met before?
Pearson puts the gun down on the table. They both stare at it. Returns to prolonged silence.
Say something.
Singing a sweet sigh of relief. Wasn't life beautiful?
You're delusional.
You can't tell me that life hasn't been good to you.
Yes, I can because I'm a black man living in America.
But I thought you had the whole world in your hands once you were done pulling up your bootstraps, Mr. America. What? You don't think that we've progressed?
I have, and my revolution starts by busting the cap in your ass.
Aims gun at
Here
Kim.
we go again. You want me to surrender? You don't deserve that satisfaction.
Ever wanted to know how a bullet would feel lodged in your brain?
Not necessarily. I bet you've never shot a gun before in your life.
Let's start again. My name's Pearson. I'm a black man living in the United States of America of today. I'm holding in my hand right now something that others use to threaten my life. Give me this satisfaction, some power, this one time.
You really want to kill a black woman today?
Shut the fuck up.
Hey there, Pearson. This role reversal isn't working for me. I wanted to be the crazy one today.
Shut the fuck up. You talk more shit over the past few days. I'm sick and tired of hearing you talk. If you don't have anything good to say, then don't say anything at all.
Okay, then. We'll sit here in silence again.
Man sits at table with gun in hand. He then points it at himself.
Wow. You're not good at maintaining deals, are you?
Kim, this time more than ever, you need to be quiet.
You think that I'm just going to sit here and let you take your own life under my watch? Now that's fucking crazy.
Shut the fuck up. It's not like we gonna get out anyway.
I need you to drop the gun right now, Pearson.
And if I don't, what am I gonna do?
I need you to put it down now.
Where'd you get that from? You had it on you this whole time? How'd you learn to hold it like that? You're a lady, all dainty and demure.
Oh, there's so much more to know about me.
With Kim still holding the gun up at Pearson, Pearson notices a large, long scar from Kim's wrist to her elbow.
Where'd you get that from?
Again, it's none of your business.
I lost interest in the gun. I'm talking about that deep-ass, long-ass scar up your right arm.
Oh, this?
Puts gun away and pulls down sleeve to cover up the scar.
It's nothing.
Kim was abused as a child by multiple sets of foster parents. The scar in her arm is a combination of poorly healed burn marks and cuts.
Scars have an amazing way of revealing a lot about a person.
rolls up right pant leg and points to ankle.
This war wound comes by way of a third-grade kickball accident. I was running towards home base. Well, actually made it there. Went to touch the base, and the kid there pulled it right under me as I was approaching it. I, of course, slipped and fell in glorious fashion. The skid mark inherited by this far then turned into several back-to-back tetanus shots. It also didn't help that I went on to break this ankle in the 8th grade after hopping a pretty tall fence.
And there's no telling what you were doing. I had plans on doing when you jumped that fence.
I was running from my neighbor's vicious dog. Just think of all the crazy things you did when you was a kid.
It's not much.
Something tells me not to believe that.
You can believe whatever you want to believe.
Sky reveal. I'm now up 2-0. I need the story behind that one.
Which one?
That one. That one on your right arm.
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Where is this from?
I said it was nothing.
This is a fairly large scar, one that didn't heal well. I bet there's a great story there.
Stop quizzing me. I'm done talking.
Instead of returning to the table, Kim walks towards the center door and sits on the floor, refusing to talk. A very long and awkward pause.
It's weird seeing you this quiet and stunned for what I had to say. Scene.
Woo!
And scene. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I've got lots of comments going. We've got 12 viewers. All right. Let's go ahead and bring on our guest, our final guest of the evening, Nicole. Hi.
Hi. Thank you so much for the reading tonight.
Thanks for coming. Sorry about the delay. I should have told you 9:30, but I was thinking
it's fine. I got a chance to hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Yes.
All right. So we read your bio. I know we had some technical difficulties, so we were trying to get everybody to get to know you. Did you want to elaborate more on the piece as well?
Sure. So Eden's Crossing, what ends up happening, since there was like a brief synopsis read at the beginning, and this play is my first full length, what ends up happening is it's discovered that Pearson and Kim actually knew each other. They grew up together. But due to the abuse of her parents, the foster care system took her and she went through different homes and things like that. And then they ended up changing her name. Pearson ended up moving to a different part of the country. And so what happens when they finally realize that and talk through how much they grew and all this stuff, then one of the doors magically opens and then they're able to leave. So the play, it deals with a lot of trauma.
Yeah.
Nice.
Liking it.
Yeah, me too.
Thank you.
We were kind of concerned about singing beforehand.
Right.
It's like, want to sing it? It was like, well, it's like, get the feel for it. But it looks like we're still on the air. People are still asking questions so they can still see us. So we're good and in the clear.
The helicopters are coming, guys.
I think I originally had another spiritual, but I was like public domain. So I think the one that you sung is in public domain.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yes.
That's a good choice of spiritual for the subject matter too.
And then also the quotes, because I've been following the comments on YouTube, the quotes at the beginning are actually not to be read. They're actually, so my plays, what I do is I publish quotes at the beginning to give background and to inspire the actors on where the work is going. So it's more or less a note for people in the production as opposed to being read. Because I saw somebody ask that question and I was like, let me address that right now.
Yeah, I know we've got a lot from our YouTube section. We still don't really have anybody from Facebook. YouTube is our popular spot.
Hey.
But that's cool. It's cool.
Mhm.
Let's see. Was Get This the play where the two black women attacked the mixed couple?
What?
Remember that one? Get This. They were trying to recall when we were talking
Um,
Well,
about
it
it.
wasn't an attack. I did see that comment. Yeah, and actually the person in the comments, I'm about to get real petty. You mistitled my play. It's actually Get This. And yes, that was the play, and the couple was not attacked.
No, we all ended up in a standoff towards the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Sarah. Yeah, and Sarah was in what? You were in cast B for that one?
Yes.
Yes.
So we had two separate casts. And I was in the one with Shannon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Who fit better with Pearson? Okay, so I'm seeing that you're seeing these as well. I'll just go ahead and read it for the audience.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Those who might be on the Facebook or on the Twitch are just silent or Periscope. We have lurkers.
Yes.
Oh no, we've caught one from Brazil one time. Well, they announced themselves. We didn't catch them. Yeah, we've got all kinds of people everywhere.
Which is great.
I'll go ahead and read some of these. Seems like the line about if history is a guide, there's some white in all our bloodlines would fit better with Pearson. Also, Diana Alvarez, so many socio-political layers in Nicole M. Young's play. Von Weck says the descriptions seem a little too detailed for something the audience isn't going to hear, which does, again, go back on notes for directors and actors. Cheers to you, Nicole, for this timely play.
And guess what? I started writing this in 2012. Yeah.
Yes. The more things change, the more they stay the same. So he wants to know. I'm assuming this is he. I'm sorry if I'm misgendering. I have a hunch who this is. I'm not gonna say maybe to the end or ask them on a private chat. But how did we get from the drain phone to the gun, like the transition?
In terms of,
I guess in terms of talking about this phone and having communication, and communication being dead, and then all of a sudden there's guns. At least that's how they're perceiving it as we're being read. It might be a bit different when you see it physically.
Yeah, I'll need to look at the script again.
Yeah. Diana, great use of stage directions to guide actors in terms of interiority of the characters. Yes. Von Weck, do we ever find out the motivation for whoever abducted these people? And is there any indication of how they're being fed or relieving themselves?
That is a great question. So I love exploring with non-reality. So those things aren't even an issue. It's more, my plays end up being more about the people that are in front of you rather than the end all be all that bring them there, which of course, if this were more realism rather than surrealism, those would be great things to consider.
Yeah. I might have been distracted typing. So it might have been in reference to earlier. So let's see. Do we have anything else? We've got a lot of people posting and commenting, so it's been really great tonight. Like,
Cool.
I love it when we get feedback. Sometimes, like if there's nobody there, we do talk amongst ourselves and have a good time anyway. But to have like interaction with the audience, I do love it. I miss that, like of actual like being in a physical theater, and even like if it's a read through or just a performance, talkbacks after the show, people talking and thinking, having a pint and discussing the script. That's good. So
cool.
Yeah.
So I have a question for you, Nicole.
Yes.
What gave you the idea to sort of use the abducted and locked together situation to describe this particular relationship and interaction?
That's a really good question. The thing that made me think about it is, in what circumstance would people really be forced to talk and have a conversation? Is when they're forced to be there against their will. And that's what really drove setting the play for me. I also think of a lot of situations socio-politically, because that's what my work does, of when myself as a Black woman, I'm placed in situations where I have no choice of being there. And the one thing that I know experience that a lot of people would understand is being abducted and held in captivity. Because I know for me, if I did this in the workplace, which is a place that I've always been subjected to tons of trauma, a lot of people wouldn't get it. A lot of people wouldn't get it. Whereas I was like, let me go a different route. And I was like, this is one that everyone will understand. That is such a great question.
I did really enjoy that sort of like, you can use the setting to demonstrate your characters like that, and like the trauma and the interaction between them.
Cool, thank you.
Jane says, I like how you write quotes.
Oh, cool.
Like at the beginning. Great stuff. Also, I know you've had other stuff that you were working on. Let's see. Being held hostage is a metaphor that is being used for pandemic living. So interesting to see.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
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 Cool.
I do see a lot of comparisons about that. Like people being
Well,
trapped.
and the fact that
roommates.
that Kim tried to kill Pearson at one point with his own shirt. So
because there's a lot of moments when I want, like, one of the things I'm trying to like work on is getting them at some points of delusion, like bringing in actual elements of what would happen to a person if they're held captive for that long. Because this is now day 5. So now I need to put in elements of, okay, what would this really look like for the two of them if they were at that 5-day point? And I was trying to play with those illusions a little bit.
I was curious if you were using that as almost a comedic beat at some point, but
yes. And if you have feedback on how to strengthen that, that would be awesome. And I'm glad you caught that. Yeah, because I would love feedback on that.
It's a lot of the like physical interaction between the actor that you can't really do on Zoom or whatever this platform is.
I mean, I could try to strangle myself with a shirt, but
Sarah, don't do that.
No, Sarah, don't.
I got a sweater.
Yes.
okay.
It's not worth it. We're gonna come back for season 2.
I gotta make it back to season 2 to be like, you know what, Sarah, you've been pushing some buttons today.
Or better yet, the show be called The Writer's Block with and Friends.
Oh.
Yeah, we don't need that, Sarah.
Let's see. Oh, how much is this inspired by No Exit or 5 characters in Search of an Exit?
Thank you.
I knew someone was going to bring up No Exit. I knew it.
Somebody caught that. Yay, theater nerds. Somebody caught that. Somebody caught that. Yes. I love, oh my God. And also Waiting for Godot a little bit too. Like I love that genre. I love that genre a lot because of what it allows for character development. I don't know if I can mention who also my inspiration is, because I don't know if there's like trademark copyright infringement. And also he's been kind of a douche lately, but I love two character dialogue and what you can do with that. And the person that informed that a lot was Quentin Tarantino. A lot, like I love his 2-person dialogue. And I remember not only that with his work, but when it comes to the usage of guns in his movies, I wanted to bring it in mind because it's this duality of not only the fear but the power that comes behind that, and then also what does it mean to possess a gun. And I remember Quentin saying that he has a huge fear of guns, but it shows up in his work because of the power behind it.
Right.
All right, so we also have, and there's so much around gender dynamics between the two characters specific to the Black experience.
Yes. Hence me.
Yeah, so cute. I can see the Beckett inspiration.
Yes, oh my God. I love Becca. One of my favorite productions of all time was when I was in undergrad at the University of Michigan, and they did a production of Endgame my sophomore year. It was one of the best shows I've ever seen in history. It was so good.
We got here. Any more questions, comments, everything? I just love this. This is beautiful. I love it. I also wanted to have you plug a bit too, as well. Because you are more than playwright, poetry. You do so much. Like, please advertise.
Yeah, I do a lot. So one of the biggest things that I have going right now, in 2018, I recorded a live spoken word album in front of an audience here in Western Mass in Northampton, Massachusetts. And the self-produced album was released last year. And you can go to my website, www.nicolemyoung.com, to either download it on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Music to listen to it. And I'll also make the CD available. And if you order the CD, I will sign it before I put it in the mail to you. And the proceeds from the album were taken to create an emerging writers fellowship program for women and non-binary writers of color based in Western Mass. I've been out here now for almost 13 years. I live in Windsor, Connecticut, and I work in Western Mass. They're like 10 or 15 minutes from each other. And the biggest reason why I wanted to start that program with Straw Dog in particular, so Straw Dog Writers Guild, it is an organization that supports writers of all genres at all stages within the 4 counties of Western Massachusetts. And just to give you a sense of Western Mass is the complete opposite of Detroit. Detroit is pro-Black, I'm Black and I'm proud. Western Mass is this. Like, it's the complete opposite. And the cool thing about this area in New England is it's really supportive of writers. There is a ton of published authors and playwrights and things like that live in New England. And there's a lot of us writers of color who are in the outskirts, who we haven't gotten our big break yet. And I know for myself, when it comes to doing poetry, I've entered in tons of competitions. I've applied for different programs, haven't gotten anything. And I'm like, you know what? I want to make sure that others coming after me don't have that struggle. And so I worked with Straw Dog to create this program. I fundraised for it. I contributed proceeds from the album. And so it's a year-long program where the fellow receives a really good stipend. They also receive mentor support from some of the members of Straw Dog. And the person this year that's the fellow is getting support in terms of learning about the publishing world, help with getting feedback on their poetry. Also, because this person has competed in slams, they're getting feedback on performing in public, and they're preparing to publish their first book. Also, we pay for a 1-week retreat for them to go and work on their writing. So that's one of the biggest things that I have going on right now. is supporting that fellow and selling my album.
Nice. Well, thank you so much for coming on. And
yes, and Sarah, you forgot to mention. So Sarah has done another one of my pieces. So Sarah for
Wait.
her MA thesis, because we went to Wayne State together,
Yeah.
your play had one of my monologues in it.
Yes.
See?
How did I forget that? How did I? Well, I haven't looked at it in what, 12 years?
Ooh.
09?
Yeah, it has been since 09.
Yeah, so it's been about 10 years since I've even looked at it. Like I'll think about different things and different moments and
Wow.
directing and trying to direct everybody.
Directing, producing, you also
Yeah,
solicited the monologues for it. Oh, yeah.
and I did some of the soundboard with Michael Cochran.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Wayne State, we go way back and
yeah.
deep. The thing I miss about that program, and I'm glad we're all still connected, is
Mm,
that we support each other like it is no business. I love, like, for example, Sarah, I really appreciate you reaching out to me for this project and others. Then also, like, there's a bunch of us in touch with one another, reading each other's work. I've contributed money to start, like, to get a film produced. Like, I love that the Wayne State crew, specifically from like '05 to '09, is just still so tight and
yeah,
cohesive.
yeah. Because I think there's a couple other classes that are even like at Planet Ant. Like there's different classes that are still together doing different things and producing and acting and all kinds of stuff. And it's great. Like I didn't have a BFA or MFA, and I used to be weird about that. It's like, well,
Mhm.
I'm not a professor. I'm not a professional actress, blah blah. So it's like, well, I still have this community, and like we all have each other and supporting each other, and that's what's great. That's all it comes down to is
Yeah.
support.
Yeah, it was such a supportive community. And also too, because I did my undergrad in a theater program too, and it was both supportive environments, but very, very different. The reason why we supported one another at Michigan was because of the oppression that we all experienced
Mm,
together in the department. Whereas at Wayne State, it was a different feel. Like, they really tried their best to make sure that we were all family and supported. It was a very different type of theater program.
mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah. Let's see what else. Amina Jordan Mendez, the first fellow, superb. Join us for a virtual launch of
Yeah.
Nicole's fellowship program on June 3rd.
Yes, thank you for that. Yes, and it's
Yes.
information on my website. So, myself, Dr. Diana Alvarez, who is an amazing singer, songwriter, professor, activist. She staged a very revolutionary opera for her doctorate. She's based here in the area as well. She's going to be interviewing Amina next week via Straw Dog Writers Guild's Facebook page.
Okay.
Mhm.
Cool. Yeah. What you said, June 3rd. That is our day too. I think that's our
Yeah,
season.
it's a Wednesday. Yeah, it's your season finale that day. Yeah.
Okay. So I won't get to see it live. Do you know if they're gonna have like a recording that
We
they'll keep up
will.
on the page?
Yeah, we will.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right, great, because I definitely want to watch that. There's a lot that's going on the 3rd. I don't remember everything else that's happening on the 3rd too, but I think there's another reading somewhere. There's a lot
Oh,
of different
wow.
communities doing stage readings now, live stream. Like since we started this, I want to say there's at least 3, 4. Not just locally, like I've seen other ones, like the one that comes out to mind, I think, because they advertise Scripts Gone Wild.
Oh,
Star-studded
wow.
cast of readers. They have like a drinking game as they do when they're reading these famous scripts. I think last week they did Child's Play, and
Wow.
they're like
Dang.
doing these major pieces like every week. I think they're usually on Fridays. So like there's different ones. It's like we'll try to post those too while we're on break, like just so everybody can see theater and share theater.
Nice. I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. Yes.
All right. So let's see, we're getting close. I mean, what's 10 o'clock? I mean,
Yes! We're not the
no break.
end. We're just waking up.
Nobody's gonna call me like, Sarah, wrap it up. We got a midnight
Yes.
show coming. It's time to go.
Yes. Wrap it up like no.
Hey.
We have a cat on stream now.
Yep.
Yes. My
Hey,
cat
hi,
has,
Mandarin.
yeah, my cat
This is
has been
Mandarin.
usually coming in and making
The
appearances a lot in my work meetings and stuff. Like, and instead of and I'm like, Claire's cat is not rude. My cat, one of the cats we have is rude. He will come up, plop his butt in front of the cat. And I'm like, nobody wants to see your ass. Nobody wants to see your ass.
I don't
The
think we've
cats
had.
don't care. They don't care.
They don't.
Yes.
It's the level of confidence I aspire to.
Yeah.
Yes.
The confidence of a cat.
Yep.
Yes. But so cute.
That's Mandarin. He says hi.
Hi, Mandarin. Yes.
Oh. He turned toward the. Oh, no, trying to see. Yeah, see? See? Yeah. We're talking here.
So cute. What is mine
Yep.
doing?
Uh-oh.
I don't even know where mine is. Oh, there. She's like stretched sideways on the bed. I thought that was like a towel or something. I didn't know that.
Yes.
But yeah, we've been. She always just chills out. She doesn't really bother me. And during the readings, at work, it's a different story. But in the show, it's not.
Oh, yeah.
Bad.
Oh, wow. Wow. What a way to be rude.
So Dinah,
Yes.
I realized we didn't have you highlighting anything. I didn't know if you wanted to highlight anything that you were working on. Or
Well, I mostly what I've been doing is writing some poetry, and I am working on a monologue that I was trying to record it, and for some reason, I guess maybe because it wasn't as fully developed as it should have been. I couldn't feel it properly enough to really perform it. I usually just I'll record it and then I'll put it on, Facebook for, I'm part of a group. There's like a different an actors with monologue group. So I'll put it up there, or, just to give myself the challenge of writing. So, to keep active during this lockdown, yay. And, just doing stuff like that. I'm still working on a poem for after the unfortunate death of, I want to say his name backwards, but that's not George Floyd.
Mm-hmm.
I was so angry that night. I think it was last night. I had to start writing because I'm like, not again. I'm getting tired of hearing this again. I can't breathe. And they said the cop literally told, because the bystanders were like, he can't breathe. What are you doing? And he's like, oh, he's talking. He's fine. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
You have a knee in that man's throat. Like, he's not okay.
Right. You have your knee, like you said, just pressing. And I was so angry, and I started writing, and I wanted to, like I said, I'm still working on it. And I want to make sure that, because I have a list of other names of Black men who have unfortunately met their death way too early at the hands of the police. And, I just want to make sure that I have their names and ages right, because I have to give them that respect. I got to give them, because it's just their families and how they're feeling and things like that. And not only that, but the woman who was going to lie on the Black gentleman in New York.
Yes, thank you for bringing that up.
I mean, she literally is like, oh, I'm going to tell him you're threatening my life. Oh, here I go. And he's like, what are you doing? And he's like, oh, please call them. And he's recording her, which I'm glad he did. I'm glad he did. Because after, when the cop got there, she was gone. She actually left. And when they saw the video, that's how she got caught. And then she wanted to turn around and say, oh, well, I'm so sorry.
Nope.
It's giving me writing fuel, this type of thing, giving me the writing fuel and stuff like that. So that's basically what I'm just working on here. And, Keeping the cats fed.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I got your name wrong, Diana, earlier. My apologies. I'm gonna look you up on Facebook because I would love to read your work.
Oh, thank you. Okay. I would like email you a copy, or if you got Facebook, I would with Nicole Young. You're on Facebook,
Yeah.
probably.
Yep. Sarah and I are friends on
Yeah,
Facebook.
now I'll connect y'all right now.
Yes, do it up. Do it up right now.
Do it in real time, sure.
Yes.
Just make a chat right here.
And then
Right,
watching
and-
that woman from Central Park, like she could have earned an EGOT for that performance. Like you heard, it was so Mass's wife. I'm about to get you in trouble,
Right.
and the way in which she escalated, and she
Right.
used very particular terminology. She knew exactly what she was doing.
She did. Oh, she did. She did. And Trevor, I hope we're not making you feel bad over there.
Oh gosh.
I know you're kind of caught in
No,
the crossfire with all of us, Trevor.
Oh God,
I gotta be honest. We deserve it at the moment, so go.
Today, he's like, "Ow." Yeah.
But yeah, she knew what she was doing, and she really did. And the fact that she put his life at risk, most definitely doing that. And I know a lot of people were concerned about her dog because she had the dog. Dog was all over doing this and all that. And it's like, okay, why would you do that?
Yeah.
Because he asked you to put the leash on your dog so they don't go after the wildlife. That's why he said that to her in the first place. She was supposed to have the leash on. It's kind of like in this day and age when people are supposed to wear the mask. They go in the store without the mask on, and then they're like, sir or madam, can you please put the mask on? Oh, yeah. They do
Start
stuff from
coughing
spitting, wiping their nose onto shooting.
Yeah.
A lot of people who have never heard.
Sorry, I will tell you.
Okay.
That.
Right there.
Exactly that.
Yeah, I forgot who posted that on Instagram or Twitter, but they literally were like, these are a lot of people who have never heard no before. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. No, stay in your room.
Yes! No, you can't have that last.
I'm gonna tell you, if you wipe your nose on me on my shirt or me, we're fighting. That's just it.
We got bail money. We got bail money.
Pandemic or not, it's like that is just nasty.
Yeah,
like,
it is. It is.
Who raised you?
It is.
Gosh.
Yes.
But I'm glad that this is inspiring for you to write. It's like I've just been so mad that I just want to like shut down and isolate in the corner or somewhere, like try to de-stress.
I totally. There's times where I'm just like, I'm just gonna go lay down, or I'm just gonna, watch some Family Feud. I'll watch Steve Harvey because he makes me laugh. I will use that time to, laugh and kind of loosen up. But then it's like, no, I don't want to forget this inspiration that I have here, and then I go right back to it. But yeah, I totally get you about the shutdown because
a lot of decompressing.
Yeah, because when you think about the violence that's inflicted on many communities, and it's just coming. Sometimes, in order to preserve yourself and your sanity, you need to check the fuck out.
Yeah.
Be like, I'm gonna need to go to my comfort blanket, which is my tablet, and watch some stuff on Netflix. And I need to escape in order to not choke a bitch. Sometimes I feel like I gotta do this so I won't hurt nobody. Like, for real.
Yes.
Because there have been times even at work, and I've worked in predominantly white environments where like I feel myself getting heated up, and I've even told people I'm walking away right now.
Right.
And they're like, what? No, we are not talking. I was like, if we talk, I'm going to catch a case. Somebody's going to have to post bail money. Nope, I'm out. Bye.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, gosh. Oh. But yes.
Woo. Yay.
Have this talk.
Yes, we can do a whole other interview on just being Black in America today with special guests.
Yes. It was
Let
like,
me tell you
yeah,
about
I'm
this
trying to.
topic, guys.
Oh, we could
I
be more
know you
We love
animated.
each
guys think
other.
you have experience, but I know stuff, okay?
Oh, you could be the Eddie Murphy where he went as the white guy. You could be like as the black woman. You can go as the black woman. Do that. Let's do an episode of that.
I know too much. I'm not doing that.
You're like, that's
Like
a
that is a
problem with that.
career ender.
So, what all projects y'all? Well, pre-pandemic, what were some things all of you were working on? Because I know y'all are all actors and writers based in Detroit, which I am 600 miles away from now.
Hey. Um, I was actually I was working with a play with Black Brown Theater. Hi, Emilio. Hi, guys. It's
Nice!
called, yeah.
Yay!
We were doing a play called Heroes, something else. I have the script. My brain is like, but we were working on an anti-bullying piece
Mm,
that we were going to have presented to the schools before everything got shut down.
mm.
So,
Oh wow!
yep. Shout out Black and Brown Theater. Hey guys.
Yes, they're awesome.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh well, I was in our final week, our closing weekend of a show by Ellen Stackowitz called Glamway. Um,
Yeah.
so we were at Planet Ant, and
Wow.
it was like that Friday, like we were about to go. I'm like, I took the Friday off. It's like the 2 weeks before I was getting late because I got off work late in the evening, and it's like barely making it in before like the house opened and stuff. It's like you gotta get on this. You gotta, like, yes. And so I took the day off. It's like relaxing. Started getting the text messages like, "Are we still going? What's happening?" It's like, "Yeah, let's go, let's doing this." And then get the text like, "We decided not to." It's like there's some people that aren't feeling comfortable. Like, and it was a very popular show too. Like a lot of people were saying like, this is the most funniest that I've seen at Planet in a long time. There were a lot of people anticipating. There were people who bought tickets, like people I know that purchased them. I'm for sure. I'm very certain, 100%, that it was going to be sold out all 3 nights,
Wow.
including the matinee. But pandemic. Before we knew
Yeah.
all of this, it's like shoulder to shoulder. Somebody's coughing. No. Like that was not going to happen. We were
Yeah.
not going to be doing that. I'm like, well, so now we have the 2 weeks. The third week, I'm not sure what they're going to decide to do. It's between her and a couple other folks, and yeah, so who knows when we'll be back. But once we get back, it's gonna be great. It's just gonna be hilarious. It's gonna take some getting used to. We might have to even redo some scenes because there are scenes where it's like close contact. There are scenes where like literal eating the palm of someone's hand, like touching different things. It's clothing involved, and yeah, it was a lot. It was very physical, prop heavy. But yeah, like it's. I'm sure that they're thinking about changing things right now, or if it can be changed. Like there's so many possibilities to work with. So we're hoping to get our final weekend, or maybe get 3 more weeks. Let's just do a mulligan.
Yes, extend it.
Let's do 3 weeks. Like,
Yeah.
come back, you know.
Nice.
So, but yeah, that's what we were working on, and I was doing a script which I was about to have everybody read, but I wasn't sure if it was appropriate because one of the characters, I guess her role would have been more of a hero in the now standard because she's a nurse. But because I liked the idea of like roles where they're not too clean, like the teacher that is not perfect, like the nurse that, well, it's a stoner film. The nurse smokes weed.
Yes!
It's a female
Yes.
stoner film, and it's like I
Yes!
don't know if people want to hear about a nurse smoking weed and
It's
reading that
time.
right during this time. Like that may not be appropriate.
Or
Maybe
it may be appropriate.
Those are like the two
Yeah,
things that have
might
gotten
be.
people through this.
Yeah.
yeah, nurses and weed, nurses and weed.
Nurses and weed.
Maybe
Nurses
I'll
and weed.
see
Yeah.
it season
Yes.
2.
That's a piece, Trevor. You gotta write it and call it Nurses and Weed.
Nurses and weed.
Nurses and weed.
I've
I
got
like
so many pieces I have to write for season 2 right now.
yes.
Yes.
Pieces, musicals, everything. Oh, we have from Jane, then acted in Borderline Crazy, my movie. Be on the mailing list to see it.
Yes.
Email actorswill215
Oh.
at gmail.com.
Oh.
Yes.
I don't know if I can, let's see, can I do this?
Yeah, I played the therapist, Dr. Shelley.
Nice.
She smoked weed and in her off time.
Yes.
So let's add this banner, and let's add
Nice.
this banner too, because I'm just going to plug everything right now.
Hey, Jane, thanks for the shout out.
Are these banners tickering? I don't know.
I can see them.
Hold on a
on
second. Well, I see interviewing
screen.
Nicole M. Young.
Okay, so this one should go, and then
Okay.
this one too. Let's see.
Borderline Crazy, saw that. And then,
Oh.
okay.
I thought they could all ticker at the same time, like an ongoing. I might have to just cut them all and put them all in. I'm still learning this. It's this nice little software that
Yeah.
it's like put it all in there,
Cool.
or just toggle back and forth between the two.
Borderline
Nice.
Crazy. Yep. There's the Borderline Crazy thing. Yep. Right at the bottom.
Cool.
Yay.
That is neat.
Oh,
can
thank you.
just-
Oh, whose play
Hey.
is that? Miles Archer's wife. I don't know this one. Should I read this? Go for it. It beats hearing about a doctor with COVID committing suicide. Sam Spade slept with Miles Archer's wife.
Hey.
Oh, yeah. I'll go with Nurses and Weed. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can already hear the chorus of like nurses and weed, nurses and weed. We gotta do the nurses and weed.
Yes. Like, Nurses and Weed. Nurses and Weed.
Turn up. Nurses and weed. I can take some nurses and weed. Let's do this.
We're getting so many ideas right now. It's like, oh, season 2. We've got these things coming. We've got Nurses and Weed. We've got technical difficulties. What was the other one that we had? What was it?
We got Mrs. Claus, you know, the unknown woman.
Yes. Ooh.
The forgotten hero of Christmas, Mrs. Claus.
Mrs. Claus.
Yes, the forgotten hero. That's right.
Gosh.
Because she's the one that gets up at like 3 a.m. when her husband's still sleeping in. He sleeps in. She's already up.
Yes.
I can definitely, at the crack of dawn, doing everything, doing prep for different things, prepping the.
Oh, you know
shop.
Santa does not clean up all that reindeer poop.
No. Mm-mm.
Oh, no, he doesn't. Oh, no, he doesn't. But see, Mrs. Claus is going to put him on a diet and make him eat quinoa.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're just doing so great. We're getting compliments. Miss Alvarez Diet. Thank you, Nicole, for introducing me to this amazing crew of artists. Thank you, readers. I need nurses and weed.
Nurses and Weed, Trevor. Weed.
I got it on my list.
Yes. What are you working on, or what were you working on pre-pandemic?
Oh yes, we have to get to you. Sorry, Trevor.
Oh, so I'm a baby when it comes to the sort of creative and theater arts. I have been doing like improv and musical improv. I'm in a group with Sarah that does musical improv.
And he also plays keyboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Play music. But for the most part, I'm just getting into it and just starting to kind of dip my toes into the writer's world.
Oh wow!
Um,
Welcome.
Thank you. So I've written a couple
Yeah.
of sketches. That's about it. I've got a couple outlines that I'm trying to fill in, but I don't know what I'm doing at all.
And we read them last week as well. There were some pretty good pieces.
Trevor, didn't you and I take a class together with Jeff Tamakos?
Yeah, an acting class, right? Like all the
Yeah.
way back in
Yes.
August.
Mm,
Wow!
Yeah,
I was in the
something
Hillberry
like
Company with
that.
them.
nice.
Nice.
So
So
yeah, I'm
cool.
still trying to learn from the people who know what they're doing, but having a good time doing it.
Yeah,
Yay!
Oh,
it's been great.
woo.
Huzzah.
Yep.
I guess we should wrap it up. It is 10:15. I know y'all probably have dinners and things to get to.
And pets, because the pets have been in our house have been quite quiet. We have 3
Yeah,
dogs, 2 cats, and a lizard. And I'm like, they are
why are they all
mad.
quiet?
I was like, what?
Weird.
Where are the pets? Why? Because earlier today, they during one of my very important meetings, because I work for United Way here, they were turned up,
Mm.
and I was like, I need y'all to not right now, because this is an important meeting. And all of a sudden now they're quiet. I'm like, y'all can turn up right now, but now y'all quiet. I don't understand. Like, what?
Mm.
What?
They could
And
have gone. Oh man,
yes.
it was great having you, Nicole.
It's so good to see you, because I'm like, we haven't seen each other
Yes.
in real time in over a decade.
Yeah,
Wow.
your piece was the last time I've seen you. I think. I
Yeah.
was gonna say.
Yep. When I came up in 2009. Yep. Wow. Ooh. Dang.
Time flies. I can't believe it's
Dang.
2020, although this year, I tell you.
Oh, this year.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Very
well,
much so loved your work.
Thank
yes.
you.
Yes. Yes.
Hearing it aloud is like, because no one, like one other person has read an earlier draft. So I'm like, I was
Uh-oh.
nervous as fuck. I was like, nobody else has read this but me. I don't know
Hey
how this will
guys, I hate to. My
sound.
part, I gotta cut it short. My
Yeah.
phone is too hot and it's gonna turn itself off. So
Oh
I gotta
no.
say good
All
night.
right.
Thank
Nice
you.
to
Great
meet you,
work.
Diana.
Thank you. Thanks for
Hey,
writing.
great meeting you.
All right.
Yes.
Yep.
Oof.
Yeah. Gosh. Some
And
good time.
also too, it was really nice. Like Pearson, for some reason, for me, was like it's been the easiest character to write. So it was really cool to hear a voice set to it. And I think it was so easy to write because I wrote Pearson based off of 2 men that I know. So yeah, so it was really nice hearing you, Sarah, do Pearson, because I was like, this is I was like, you were like, even though I was like, this is what I had in mind in terms
Okay.
of the
Okay.
cadence and the rhythm of Pearson. So that was
Okay.
really nice.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Sometimes I can play men okay. Sometimes it's like it's a little, uh, but yeah. Thank you. Thanks.
Yeah.
Like I'm glad that we were able to let you listen to it and get a feel
Yeah.
for it, and hopefully we get to see another excerpt next season or something else.
Oh, cool.
That would be cool too.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm that person who's last to leave the party, and I hold people up. Be like, yeah, and that's Trevor. Another thing I do, I hold people hostage in conversation. Like people are like, we want to leave, but Nicole won't stop talking. So
Oh, we did have another question from Jane. I want to have my script read, maybe a short, funny one, or some poems. If you're open to poems. Oh, at this time, we are only doing for pieces with multiple characters. Although I've been getting that a lot, and I meant to talk about that with Dinah while she was here. I don't know or have not seen, and I don't think I should start it, but like a poetry session of sorts. like a Zoom poetry night or something. I don't know. It seems like
Oh.
that is a need. That's a want in the community that should be filled. So I don't know if we put that out there for anybody that wants to do that. You know, you can always contact me or contact anyone you know that wants to learn about how to do streaming. I mean, I'm not perfect. I'm not the I don't know. It's like I'm not the Michael Jordan of streaming. It's like I don't know what that is. Like
we've gotten way better at it since we started.
We had
the sign barely had to come out today.
And I
wow.
I want to bring them back. I want to bring because we had Kelly Rossi and
Kelly.
we had Sharice Foster. I'm not sure if you're familiar with her. She's here. She's also in Chicago too. And they were the first ones to submit pieces. And gosh, I feel bad because like the first night that we did this, people left. It's like it's echoing real bad. I can't take it. I'm gonna go.
Wow.
No. It was like we worked out all the technical issues. Like that's why we're all headphones and different streams and things. And my poor internet, poor Xfinity.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because we're still streaming right now. But yeah,
yes.
Long way.
But this is good to know because I'm looking to get StreamYard too. One to produce the event next week, and then also since I'm going to pay for it, I'm like, what other things that I want to do? I might be able to pick up the poetry thing, but I would love because there's so many Detroiters everywhere, and I'm about to plug a really good friend's really good friend's podcast, Detroit Worldwide. Marquise Taylor. He's actually based in Minnesota, and he's a Detroiter. And his podcast, which has a new episode every Friday, he interviews Detroiters who are doing big things all around the globe. From people like I was interviewed on his show. My best friend Markeisha was interviewed on his show. You might know Markeisha Davis. Yeah, we became really good friends here in Matt, but we didn't know each other at Wayne State, and we were at Wayne State at the same time.
Really?
We're now BFFs, but we didn't meet until we got here. But we all knew the same people back at Wayne State. And yeah, he's interviewed some really good people who are either still based in Detroit or they're anywhere in the globe. There's a lot of artists who are all over the globe who still have ties to Michigan. Yeah. So I wonder if there's something. I'll talk to him and see if there's any spinoff I can do there. Like I still have ties to Detroit. I don't travel back to Detroit as much as I used to because both of my parents have recently passed. But I'm a Detroiter through and through. I still have property in Detroit, my parents' home, and I do plan on traveling back. And I want to get produced in Detroit again at some point. So I'm just the
right podcast. We're in the right platform.
Oh yeah, we just know all the people, right?
Well, I know who I could just patch her up and do another group meet thing, and yeah. We can make that happen because we love getting people and promoting, especially like our Detroiters. Like no matter where y'all are.
Yes, we everywhere.
Right here. Yes.
Yes. It's so good to see you, Sarah.
You too.
Yes. And I'm so loving the blonde.
Thank you.
Yes.
I was doing little leopards and things and just a little different today.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, thank you so much. I've got to get going, but
it
was great to read your stuff. It really was, and great to meet you.
Trevor, thank you so much for reading, and also your questions were amazing. You've given me more things to think about, so thank you, especially with the isolation point. So thank you. Yes.
Thanks, Sarah. Bye.
Thank you.
People are like, this is the longest ass live stream.
This is the longest we've done the entire run.
They are like, are we restaging Aretha's funeral? What is happening? Why is this so long? What is happening?
It's like the after show.
Yeah, the after
and show. Friends and Mo friends.
Yeah, friends and Mo friends. And she got some Mo friends and some comrades.
And some more people here like, oh, it's all night. Like, no, now, Sarah.
Yes! It will never end.
Oh man, it's been great though. But yeah, let's definitely talk
Yes.
getting your stuff here about live streaming, about all of it, like because it's
Yes.
like once you get the hang of it, it's so fun.
Oh,
Like
yay.
it opens up a world of people I probably wouldn't talk to on the street or anywhere because like this is great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so yes, if anybody is still with us, people are still with us.
Oh, wow. Y'all hanging. Y'all hanging.
They're
Wow.
hanging. So
Yes.
we have, well, I know we've kind of done the interview part, but it'll leave your website up, NicoleMYoung.com. It's been going all through, and I'm sorry to other people in past interviews. Like, I tried to get the plugging thing down, and yeah, it's
Yeah.
gonna be a lot of
Oh,
smoother
man.
second season. Second season's just gonna be flawless. Like,
Or better yet, in the next week's episode, just do some credits at the end and just roll everybody's promo stuff for like.
do that. It's like, hey, email your promo stuff, or just put it on in here. Do it for pre-show.
Yes.
All right. Well, I
Yes.
guess this is it. My cast is gone. We usually do a goodbye and everything, and
Yes.
but yeah, this is the longest episode. We've only done eight. Yeah.
Yes, 8. But this is long. We long. We gonna be up here talking.
The longest. This is the longest. The shortest was, I want to say, 30 minutes because we had one that was
Wow.
the technical was just that bad. It's like, yeah, let's. It was ooh. The progress I've made.
Wow.
But yeah. But yeah.
Yeah. Yay.
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 Thanks again.
Thank you so
for coming
much.
to the show. Anybody that's still here, we do our plugs.
Yes.
We do have live stream shows every day at Planet Ant. Usually through the Planet Ant Facebook page, the YouTube, which is a hit tonight, Periscope, and Twitch. If you want to find out the full schedule, it is on the Planet Ant Facebook page. And also, feel free to donate to Planet Ant at planetant.com. As you know, as a lot of us know, like a lot of theaters are definitely facing that hit crisis mode. So I'm not sure if they're going to open back up. But we've been trying to do fundraisers and things too. There is also another show. They do their own thing. And I always ask myself, it's like, do you have anything else you want to plug so you can put it in a thing? And I say, no, Sarah.
Yes. And then the day I'll be like, oh crap, let me get
It's like,
this.
oh man.
Yeah.
But then dang it. Somebody is sending things. I'm looking at my events calendar tomorrow. Usually every Thursday, there is a live stream that happens with Andy and Maria Lagrasso Gatens, and they do trivia nights. People can form teams. You can watch as well, and they raise money for different theaters and different events each week. I think last week or week before last, they raised money for the Detroit Improv Festival. They've raised money for Planet Ant, the Ringwald. I think tomorrow is Williamston Theater. I'm looking at this calendar. Where is it? Ah, yes. Fundraising. It's called Virtual Trivia for Detroit Arts. You can definitely find that on Facebook. But yes, they do it. Last week, they raised over $440 for Detroit Improv Collective, and they're hoping to raise that much, if not more, for the Williamston Theater. Entry fee donation is $5 a team. 50% of the entry fees will be going to selected theaters. First place will receive 35% of entry fees. Second place will receive 15% of those entry fees. So yes, if you look up virtual trivia fundraising for Williamston Theater on Facebook, you will find it. You'll find a link on how to get involved. So we're trying to keep our theaters going here, and yeah, it would be really great if we could all have our theaters. But yes, feel free to donate, planetant.com, see more interactive content. There's also the Instagram takeovers from different people from the theater, Planet Ant community, and pets. Beans was on last week, and she's so cute. And yes, we would love for you guys to see it. So thanks. All right. Well, that concludes today's episode of The Writer's Block with Sarah and Friends. And I'm Sarah, and this is my friend Nicole.
Hi, and the other friends, they left.
The other friends left.
Okay, Sarah and
We're
Friends.
done for the night. They will be back next week with our season 1 finale of The Writer's Block, with the second half of the reading, the finishing of the reading Old Bro by Michael Rizzo and Tony Augusti. So tune in. All right. Have a good night. Wash your hands, wear your mask, stay away from each other, and have a good night.
And donate to Planet Ant.
And donate to Planet Ant.
Donate to Planet Ant. Good night.